Hey, this is Matt Heafy for MoreCore.de. Only a few days left to your new album, What the Dead Men Say drops. Are you a bit nervous? Not at all. Not at all. I mean, we're global shutdown right now, and all I want to do is get our record out because that's what we feel is our responsibility to all the people. They need something to do, need something to listen to, need something to have fun with. You guys released Catastrophist, the first single for the new album. Why did you choose that song? We felt Catastrophist is a perfect representation of what the entire record is on one song. It shows the vast array of everything the entire record is, while the entire record shows the vast array of everything that Trivium is. We feel this record captures the best of records 1 through 8 on one. And Catastrophist, the song, captures all that in one song. Can you please tell us the story behind your new album? Are there special themes or stories? I mean, you'd have to go on a song-by-song basis. Every single song has a very specific theme, a very specific subject matter. However, with that being said, we want people to come up with their own interpretations of what they feel the lyrics are, what they feel the video means, what they feel the cover means. I feel that too many bands give the answers out there, and we want people to be creative on their own, and maybe down the line in a year or so after people have come up with their own thing, we'll tell them what it's all about. We want to inspire creativity and imagination in our listeners. How are you dealing with quarantine? I mean, life is kind of the same as always for me. As you can see, we're on my stream setup right now. I have it very rigged up to do the whole setup that I'm used to doing, as you see right here. Those cameras aren't set up properly right now, but yes, I'm used to doing this. I'm a professional live streamer as of the last 2.5 years on Twitch. So I am just out here providing free content for people Monday through Friday, 2 times a day, about 6 hours a day. The quarantine affect release date. We had the option to postpone. We said, absolutely no way. We see bands pulling out because of, quote, record sales. Who cares about that right now? Right now, we owe it to our fans to give them something to do. We've got people that don't have jobs right now. We've got people that don't have health insurance right now. We've got people that aren't able to leave their homes, people that are sick, people that are stuck in. We want to give them something that they can look forward to that makes them forget about this just for an hour. What does your Twitch setup look like? LED lights there and there. I'm not moving this because it's a Lumix GH4 setup. If you want to see the full setup, it's youtube.com/MatthewKHeafy, the stream rig setup. But typically, these are in focus. Every time I boot up, you have to refocus them. But so there's the fret cam, there's the hand cam, there's the fake camera for the headstock. It's pretty set up. This is the normal gaming setup right here. You'd see the game in the back. If I'm recording, you'll see my Mac here. I could just slide over my mixing board into there. So it's pretty set up. It is pretty set up. If you want to see more, twitch.tv/MatthewKHeafy, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Eastern Time every single weekday. So weirdest thing you've ever experienced while interacting with users on Twitch? I mean, it's the internet and it's gaming culture mixed. So a little bit of everything. But the coolest thing was the first time one of my favorite streamers of all time, Dakota's, raided the channel while I was doing my annoying Tor vocal exercise where I make pigeon sounds. And he raided the channel with 20,000 people, and they're all hanging out, watching and talking to me and asking me what I was doing. That was pretty nuts. What's your favorite Twitch channel and why? Dakota's. At Dakota's. He's been one of my longtime favorite streamers. I've called him my Metallica of streaming. He's the one that really inspired me to want to do what I do. I also love Shroud. Shroud also ties into another story of his favorite band's Trivium. I always heard he'd play stuff on his, he'd always play Trivium stuff on his channel. I asked him one day, what if I wrote you a theme song? And he said, hell yes, let's do it. So I wrote him a theme song on stream. He was watching me with his stream, became a song called Shroud of Chaos, which later evolved to have a couple of the riffs from What the Dead Men Say. You also love video games. Which old school game do you play until today? None of them. I don't really play any of the old school games anymore, but some of my favorite old school games, Final Fantasy 7, 6, and 4. GoldenEye was my first favorite shooter. The original Modern Warfare I loved. The Modern Warfare 2 I loved. I grew up playing the Mario games. Mario 1 was the first game I ever beat as a kid. I loved Super Mario. I loved Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2, the old stuff. Don't play any of that to this day. To this day, my main game, first game I ever streamed was Overwatch. It's still one of my favorites in the world. For a while, I was only streaming Fortnite, kind of teetered back on, or pulled back on that, and now it's Valorant is my absolute favorite game. That and Overwatch are my two mains. I'm the best at those two. It's the longest time you ever played one game straight. My longest stream I did was 12.5 hours, 12 hours, but which is chump change for a lot of the pros. A lot of the pros do 8 to 10 to 12 hours, 6 to 7 days a week, so they're used to that, but that was hard. I was a little delirious from that, and it was mostly Fortnite. Do you order food while playing games? Are you healthy? Are you preparing healthy snacks before a long gaming session? I am thankfully endorsed by Garden of Life and all organic, local supplement company. So every day, while you've seen my Instagram, I assume if you know who I am, I eat like a hog. My favorite thing to eat in Germany is always going to the old school brew pubs and eating all the grandma food, as I like to call it, the traditional German food with a lot of German beer. I also, what people don't see is I have 2 super healthy Garden of Life shakes a day. Garden of Life raw meal, raw protein, and then one of their bars. Those are 3 of my meals a day. So the other ones, I kind of do what I do. But as I'm home, my wife's here. She always makes food for the 4 of us in the house. She cooks for our twins. They eat better than I did. They eat better than we both did until we were about like 25. So those two are eating well. So we eat very well here. Since everyone is ordering noodles and toilet paper in Germany, what's your favorite pasta recipe? I don't really cook these days anymore. But we're trying to support our favorite local restaurants. You're talking about noodles. One of our favorite restaurants nearby, Domu, is doing safe pickup. They've got the squares that are 6 feet apart. You stand there. Everyone that's working there has masks and gloves. I wear masks and gloves when I pick it up. So we're trying to support all our favorite restaurants during this. What do you do if the internet cut off? Do you have some backup board games at home? I mean, I've got 17-month-old twins. If any of you are parents, that is the ultimate board game. What's your favorite gaming soundtrack and why? Would you like to write your own gaming soundtrack? I can't disclose any information about it, but I'm going to be on a thing that is a game, but I can't say what game. And then I'm on a couple other things, and Trivium's going to be involved with some stuff that we can't talk about either. So it's all already there. And plus, to be able to write the theme song for my favorite streamers was really cool. Trivium is in multiple games. Madden, UFC, Guitar Hero, Rocksmith, Sims 2, like Later to the Flies, actually re-recorded all the lyrics in Simlish, and the secret stuff's coming up. So we're pretty plugged into all that, which is awesome. But aside from that, favorite gaming soundtrack would be Final Fantasy 7, 6, and 4. Best music. 2010, you had a song called Shadowing Skies Above and Roadrunner Red compilation for the game God of War. Yes, we did. We'd like to do more of these releases. We already are working on that. What genre of gaming are you most into? Nowadays is first-person shooter. It used to be, when I was a kid, it was RPG. And then like the side-scrolling story kind of stuff. But first-person shooter is definitely my favorite. I loved Battle Royales for a while. I'm kind of burnt out on that now, but I really like the Valorant gaming system, and I really love Overwatch. But I like to play Overwatch with friends, so we do custom games. We're 12 of us from the channel. We do 6v6. That's my favorite way to do it. I like playing games with friends. Unless it's Valorant, then I like to play with randoms, and I like to win and beat them. If you could compare the sound of your new album, What the Dead Men Say, to any video game, what would it be? Final Fantasy VII. Is there anything additional you'd like to see your German fans? Ever since In Waves, we have felt more at home in Germany than we do even in our own home country. We love it there so much. There are countless incredible German bands that inspire us. Actually, I first got into metalcore and hardcore thanks to the German hardcore scene, Heaven Shall Burn and Caliban. They were the first 2 metalcore bands, hardcore bands I'd ever heard in my entire life back when I was about 15 or so. And if I didn't get into those bands after getting melodic death metal, Trivium wouldn't exist. So German metalcore scene is alive and well and thriving, and we've always kind of danced in and out of that because our first record label was Life Force, the same label that Heaven Shall Burn and Caliban also started on. So we're part German, aren't we? Dankeschön, mein friends. Bis bald. Ich bin Matt. I'll see you soon, my friends. Stay safe, happy, and healthy.